Thank you, everybody, for joining us back here at Hedpay's channel. We're, of course, sitting here once again with Mr. Vicken, the president and CEO at Hedpay. And Vicken, markets have been crazy, but I'm curious, before we dive into that, how's everything been going at Hedpay?
Well, as crazy as the market, Hedpay's development also is crazy going, because actually we're following up what the market requirements is being changed by the second.
Yeah.
And basically, we're adjusting according to the market needs. But I can tell one thing for sure is we were already prepared for this. We were already adjusted as required. And we're fine-tuning, I can say, the needs. And we still will wait for the market to come down and then launch. If the market will not come down, will not actually, it's not that if, it will not come down within this couple of weeks anyway. Still, there is a lot of hits will pop and a lot of balloons will pop. So we'll see after that. What we are doing in Hedpay, initially what we were doing, and as we see the market is requesting that, and especially after FTX, what they did with the clients' funds and so on. Mm-hmm. So there is two routes, actually three versions of the system working in the world, let's say. Mm-hmm. Some countries, they accept your assets as collateral, or let's call it as value. Okay, mm-hmm. I will not say collateral, value. Some countries, they don't accept it as value. So what Hedpay did initially is separate the centralized wallet from the decentralized wallets. So we have two versions. Mm-hmm. The new regulations, they don't accept decentralized wallet due to AML and KYC that they have to go through, and they cannot track correctly the addresses coming, it's anonymous and so on. What Hedpay did is put a KYC on when onboarding a client. So basically, we check the person is genuine, is a real verified person, is a living being, it's not a bot, it's not a machine, it's what so on. And then they can choose, or actually they can add their own personal wallets, that is external wallet or decentralized wallet, with their keys, with their thing, and play around or work within the platform. Mm-hmm. The centralized one is you will get it on onboarding by default. So you will have your wallet, your accounts, your different types secured by a layer of a password on your keys. So those keys, they can be requested only once. So the moment that you keep the keys, it's with you, but the system has an access to it. So basically, it's multi-sig, let's say. The system has automatic access and you have automatic access. In any default, you can pull out. On the imported wallet, it's totally yours. We don't have any access to your keys. So this is the difference between the market. The market has centralized that you don't have any key or any control on your assets. By Hedpay, we have control, meaning the system has, the smart contract has automatic control on the wallets, but you are the operator of the wallet. You are the, how to say, who decides what to do.
The custodian, technically, of it still, yeah.
A custodian, you can say custodian, because all the exchanges, centralized exchanges, they have one or two addresses, and everything goes into that address, and then distributes within centralized servers your wallets. We changed this already a long time ago, because last year we had an incident of moving servers and moving this. We saw that it's less riskier, less responsibility on us to give access to the clients as well. So let them control their things, as long as we know who's who. That's the main point of the regulation needs to know. This is the very important point that is happening now in the market, that everybody has no control on their assets. The second thing is, when I said that different jurisdictions, the value that in America, for example, they give you value on your asset.
Mhm.
So you can take a loan from the bank gives you money because you have XYZ assets. In your accounting system, you're not declaring what it is actually, or it is 100% solid, fixed, not fixed, or intangible, tangible. All these things in the accounting, they are submitting it and getting value to the assets. In Canada, it's not like that. Okay, you have to show your asset, you have to prove duration of the trade and whatever. So there is a slight difference.
Mhm.
In Switzerland, they don't accept the tokens as asset totally. So it's something zero. So whatever your business built on is built on the actual business traction, let's say, clients, activities, services, what you're doing, not the tokens.
Yeah.
And Hedpay, from the beginning, 5 years ago, when we were starting to bridge between the banks and the crypto, that was the main goal, to have the banking system regulations and the logic and the whole concept of security of the custodian and the custody of the clients in a crypto system. That means when you are acting like that, it doesn't mean you are centralized. You are managing it. You are for the clients. Okay. So in Switzerland, you cannot use that asset. We, until today, we never touch our assets or our token value compared to our accounts to the company. So basically, if you go to our accounts, we are all in R&D and expenses and development, and it's all like that.
Mhm.
We're not showing the token value as an asset. This year, before this incident, what we were planning to do is consolidate all the assets, not the whole supply of the tokens, the actual average trade of the supply in the market. For example, if there is 15 days or every month, let's say, if we're going to consolidate the price, we take the average price of that month and average volume of that month, and we establish that's the asset value, because that's really what the product is giving and taking, active. And we take 10% of it and declare as an asset to our value, additional value of the service, I mean, if we're going to use the token. And that was in discussion with the accounts and with the system to see how we can do that properly without touching the whole asset. We have 1 billion token in supply, for example. In the market, there is 66 million tokens, but in liquidity, in the trade, it's not 66 millions. It's very little amount.
Mm-hmm.
So the capital of the trade today at today's value, it's around 5 million or 4 million, something like that. So this value, we take it on a portion. And what we are seeing from this mess in the market, that everybody using the billion capitalization. So if we're going to take, for example, $1, it's $1 billion. They're evaluating at $1 billion, and bank can discount it. They give you 500 million and so on. And you're becoming a big company, believing that you're worth that much. And until today, all the exchanges, all centralized exchanges, all the lending, everything is happening based on that.
Yeah.
There are very rare few companies, like most Swiss companies or most European reputable companies, they are doing the same like us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the right way to do.
Interesting.
And we're staying small because of that, because we're not using our token capacity. Token capacity is totally irrelevant for our business model.
Mm-hmm.
Our business model is to build the structure correctly. And that's the delay we're having, because every time there is new regulations, every time we need to test security, we need to test systems, how to work. And there we go. Currently, in this situation, if we're going to launch the wallet part. the crypto part of it, until seeing how it's going to be with the fiat, how they're going to push more regulations. So we're applying basically the banking regulations onto our crypto system.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to pop in there and say it is very difficult as things are changing, but it does sound like you guys have a lot of different plans to kind of work with whatever is there when the smoke clears. You have somewhat of a game plan for.
We were actually when we launched in 2017 and came to the 2018 ICO market, and that dropped everything. Everybody wanted to regulate and to have real projects and so on. And we were already doing that even before the plan started like that, to be solid and reputable project. What happened is the ICO went away 2018, 2019, everybody started with this gas fees, and everybody jumped on the Binance chain. It's cheaper. Everybody started creating new chains cheaper than Ethereum. But in the end, the best chain so far, and everybody started from it, I can say, is Ethereum, regardless Bitcoin. Bitcoin is totally different animal. Ethereum. And until now, in my opinion, the best is Ethereum, because none of them is solid, decentralized as Bitcoin or Ethereum. Ethereum, maybe it's less centralized, less decentralized, more centralized in a way of nodes, but the whole ecosystem is perfect. Well, it's working for us at least. And the rest came the memes. When Binance started doing this cheap, by the way, all exchanges, they create the market and the value that they have, like we were discussing, by creating their own tokens. They don't say it is our token, but they create a project and they put it out, they list it, they start trading it, they promote it, and people drag to it, put their money in it. It's a casino, basically. Yeah. The more products they dump in the market, the more people will put in money. So the Binance chain did that, and a lot of meme projects, fake projects, just for fun, people put money in that and they traded. This is how, since 2019 or 20, and the COVID came, everybody needed some outlet for their frustrations. They wasted 2 years like that, and now you are seeing the result of this bubble. This is it, and until this cleans up, I think the crypto market will suffer a little bit, at least on the early quarters of the next year.
Yeah, there's definitely some snapping back to reality that is going to be going on here for a little bit, and a lot of I don't know what you want to call it. Kind of let's clean things up a little bit. Let's clean things up a little bit. See what's left at the bottom of this, and I really do think there's plenty of solid projects that will survive this. It's not
the problem is people don't learn from the history, what happens before. They repeat it again and again and again. It happened with the banks, it happened with the crypto several times. It still will happen, but we try to be as regulated, as correct as possible. Even in our system, what we build it is limitation for the client investment. If we see that your income, for example, is 10,000, and you're putting every month, 9,000, 8,000, 10,000 from your declared income, we will not accept that, because that's pure gambling.
Yeah.
Okay. And banks, they put these limitations sometimes for these reasons. So if you're risking your family money to just gamble and do leverage 10 times to win, and you become rich, you're thinking next day, that's wrong. We rather take $500, $1,000 and keep the 9 with you. Risk that. If you make 10 times, you made already 10,000. If you lost it, you still have 9, not the other way around. So these limitations, we're trying to build it in our system. Some people will not like it, but
it's smart.
Yeah, for our goal and for our target to be how to say, correct, ethical company, that's what we're doing.
It makes sense. I mean, a lot of people don't like facing the reality that some of it isn't even speculating. It is just kind of straight up gambling. They're not researching anything. They're seeing, oh, this thing. And unfortunately, usually when it pops into their radar, it's when it's up 1,000% in the past week or something.
It's already done.
Yeah. Yeah. The inside people have already taken their profits and everything. And now it's got one direction to go. And usually it's not up. But all right, Vicken, well, listen, thank you so much for coming on and giving your insight into the markets and some updates on Hedpay. If anyone has any questions, don't be afraid to send them over, and stay tuned for more updates coming soon. Closing words before we go?
No, that's it. And let's hope the market will fix faster than we anticipate. And we'll see. Hedpay is doing well. Development is going on. So we're just waiting to calm down these waves. That's it.
Perfect. Well, if there's one market I know in the world that moves really fast, it is the blockchain crypto market. So here's hoping for the best. Vicken, thank you again for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.